Hey everybody, it's Kathy Weiss. Welcome to Monday Messages and today's live intuitive reading. I'm coming to you live here from my reading room on the central coast of California. And also, hey, happy June. This is our first Monday Messages from the month of June. And I wanted to touch really fast on that because the word June, especially in the Northern Hemisphere and here in the United States and in California, we hear the word June and it's like instantly our brains go, it's summer. And not quite. As a matter of fact, we're dancing on the edge between the energy of summer and spring, but energetically speaking, we're more in spring than summer. And so, what can happen is that you'll be like feeling really great one day, and then the next day you're like really irritated and frustrated, and it seems like for no reason, and then you get some anxiety kicking in, and then the next day you're kind of stuck in the mud, and it's like kind of all over the place energetically as we dance between the energy of two seasons. And so I'm throwing that out there. Number one, if you are kind of bouncing around, you're really in a very normal place right now. And also, number two, if you're struggling energetically and you'd like an energy healing, I can provide you with an energy healing. What we're going to see today is an intuitive reading, which is slightly different than a healing session. And you know what I'm hearing is like we can talk about that later, but we're needing to dive into picking a name for today's free reading. And so right before I started the video, I just set an intention that the right name come out for the right reason. And often what we're discovering as we do these videos together more and more is that the name that comes out, that person gets their messages and guidance, but there's all of this like secret hidden stuff woven in there for other people. So even if your name doesn't come out or you didn't even put your name in and you just randomly found yourself watching this video, stick around and watch the whole message because there's definitely good stuff in here for everyone. And also, okay, right before I pull out today's names, I'm being asked to show you a little bit more and remind you, or not remind you, but tell you what I have in front of me today. So I have amethyst, which is an all-around general healing crystal. This is green. I think you say it tanzarine or tanzanine. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but it's a really beautiful rare green crystal that supports the heart chakra. This one dissipates anxiety and sort of smooths mind chatter. And I feel like, number one, I chose it a little bit for myself, and also number two, to support you guys. So if there's a lot of like stuff going through your mind, this one is specifically to help settle your mind. And then this guy I just call my like energy, here we go, my energy booster. And so it's really just to help boost the energy of the other two crystals that I have here. So closing my eyes because as always, there are so many great names in here, and I want to read them all, obviously, and I can't. So, okay, eyes completely closed. Oh man, it's like sticky in here today. Okay, Paris. Dun, 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 is today's winner. And Paris, if you're watching live, and I saw you already kind of said a little hi down there, so if you're still with us and you have questions or comments as we go through your reading, you are totally welcome to throw them down there, and that's going to just help support and guide the reading as we go. And also anyone else who's watching, if you have questions or comments as we go through, please add them in. So what I do for everyone who shouts out is a couple of sentences of a quick energy reading, and then we'll pull a card for additional guidance and to drive the conversation forward. So Paris, first of all, I love reading your energy because it's just so fun. But first of all, the main energy in your aura is pink, and the pink of love. I know you're a recent newlywed, so I feel like that energy is just like really exuding through every cell in your being right now. And it's actually, what I'm just hearing right now is that that's actually really healing for you. There's something about the energy of love that's flowing through you that's healing a lot of different fibers of your physical being as well as your energetic being. So like, how amazing is that? You don't even have to do anything except show up and love your awesome husband. So that's great. And then on top of that, I heard the words rainbow, sparkle, glitter, happy. And I get this image of your body, like from the front of your body, there's like this really super colorful, silly string, and it's like just interwoven and spraying out and going like all over the place. And from the back, it's dark. It's like there's just no light back there. It's like all of your light and energy and that joy and happy rainbow, sparkle, glittery stuff goes forward and goes out into the world all over the place. And this is a good thing. Don't hear that as crazy. I think for other people, having all these tangled lines of energy could get like tied up in a knot, but for you, that's not how it goes out. It just kind of goes out in a way that really touches people in a positive way. So that's a positive. But because your back is dark and all of your light goes forward, you could be pouring so much energy out that that could lead to like burnout or illness. And so what the guidance was in here is to take time to be quiet, still, and meditative so that you can recharge that joyful energy and that you don't burn out or get sick. Um, and that there is a meditative practice that you're drawn to, something that really like quiets your whole body and your whole mind that you have sort of wandered away from a little bit, and you're just being encouraged to come back to it in any way that not in any way, no, they're saying in any time. So you need to find a time frame in your day-to-day life where you can come back to that quiet meditative place and really honor that to protect your health as the healing energy of that loving, that beautiful pink loving light that's in your body does its work. And I just saw the image of the soles of your feet right now. And there's like just, oh, interesting. Okay, there's like a little bit of dark energy right at the soles of your feet. And it's almost like whatever it is that's moving out of your body wants to move out through the soles of your feet. And so doing some energy work that removes and pulls that energy out the soles of your feet so it doesn't get stuck would be a wise idea. And then, so we're going to pull a card for Paris. And today, let me show you the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. I know it's backwards because of the reverse camera. Was like screaming at me before I started the video. I didn't even shuffle any of my other decks because it was like, we are using the Sacred Rebels today. So you don't even have a choice, Paris, about which deck we use. But if you are still with us live, you could ask me to cut the deck. You know what? I'm going to shuffle it again real quick. I did shuffle quite aggressively right before we started today's video because I was so drawn to it, but I'll just give it a little bit of an additional shuffle so that anybody who's watching knows that I didn't stack the deck. And then, yeah, there you go, Paris. If you're still with me and you want me to cut it, let me know. And she says, this is meaning so much. I stopped doing yoga and feeling the need to go back. Okay, sister, for sure, like, listen to that call and get yourself in there. And by the way, you also know a very fabulous yoga instructor. Hey, sister, let me know if you want to cut, but I see a card sticking out for you. And I was just teasing that you do know a really fabulous yoga instructor if you want to do privates, or if you want to do like we talked about at work, or I'll talk to you. By the way, y'all, Paris is like the most fabulous hair whisperer in the world, and I get to see her on Thursday because, can you see that my hair is touching me? This, like, for those of you who don't know me well, that is like the most evil thing on the planet. So, anyway, Paris, we'll talk on Thursday when I get to see you live and in person, but here's your card, Spirals of Manifestation. Spirals of Manifestation. And I would just encourage you to take a moment to look at the card and see if there's anything that jumps out at you. Yeah, for sure, bang time. Spirals of Manifestation. What jumped out at me right away when I looked at the card is this section here. And what's funny is when I first glanced at it, because I looked at it in the camera with you, is I thought that it was like seaweed rising, and I thought she was like a mermaid or something, and then I turned it around and saw that they are feathers. rising up. And I know feathers have so much symbolism, and I'm just going to let that lie with you, Paris, as to whether or not the feathers speak to you in any particular way, or if anything else is jumping out at you. The crown. Oh, Paris is saying the crown is jumping out at her, like this part up here. Yeah, so that to me, when we think about spirals of manifestation, it's like there's a whole stream of creativity pouring up and out of her mind. And you are such a creative person, Paris. And the spirals of manifestation. Okay, ooh, I just got some chills because I'm seeing the spirals and how there is like almost something new that's going to come in for you creatively, and it could be in work or it could be more like hobby wise. But that it's almost like, a spiral is like we pass the same points, but at a higher elevation, a higher state of vibration, a higher state of awareness and consciousness. So it's almost like you're about to spiral back to a place you've been before, but with this new, oh, okay, here we go. The infused love that is clearing your body. As you spiral back around to this place you have been before in your creative life and work, you're going to have a new and fresh perspective, and it's going to allow you to create an opportunity for yourself that is greater and more miraculous is the word I'm hearing, but that's not quite what I'm feeling. I'll find a different word. More powerful, more miraculous than anything you ever envisioned for yourself yet. I'm hearing the words, you're still young, and it's time to unleash your creative power to a higher level than you've given yourself permission. So in some ways, so far you've been using your creative power really successfully, but as you come back around, it's time to like give yourself permission to dream bigger. But I will go ahead and jump into the guidebook and see if there's any more information in the guidebook that will support that. For those of you who are new to me, I read and interpret your energy coming off of your physical body, and I use the cards to drive the conversation forward. So I'm not necessarily a card reader, I'm an energy reader, and the cards are just supporting what's coming up, and plus they're just beautiful, so they're fun and they make the readings more interesting. So in the guidebook there's a couple of pages, and I'm totally not going to bore any of us with reading pages, but certain words jump out, and right away when I glanced over I saw you are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it's further away than ever before. It's not, it's drawing closer. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of creating will plonk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere. And again, I'm hearing it's not out of nowhere, it's because of that healing love energy that's flowing through you. It was just around the bend and just out of view. So you couldn't see it coming, but in truth it's been coming all along, right? On the spiral, when you're going around the spiral, right, and it's rising upward, if you look up, you can't see it. All you can see is the floor or the ceiling, or like whatever's up on top of it is blocked from your view, and that is about to come into view for you. So this oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, oh my gosh, are you feeling super emotional? Because I feel like I'm gonna start crying. It says we're actually closer than ever before. Wow. Oh gosh, I have no idea where that came from, because woo. Okay, you're closer than ever before. And so let yourself sort of marinate in that eager anticipation of whatever it is that's coming for you. I'm so like, wow, I don't even know where that came from. Oh my goodness, how lovely. Okay, but I'm hearing take a deep breath and go on, because there's a little bit more for you. Whew. Remember that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others. In harmony with the paths of others. You will meet each other for the greatest benefit, and when you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which this galaxy spins, everything is ultimately in harmony. And everything else to fulfill the great big creative intent of the supreme creative life force of love, and you are included in that. Okay, so I'm just reading real quick Paris's comment to see if there's any additional information that we need to add, but I'll read it out loud so I'm not just staring at the screen for you guys. The words, "You're still so young," hit deep. I have been worried about having children and feeling like it's never going to happen, and I'm getting too old. I've always been gifted with children. See more. Oh, and then you're crying. So I'm crying with you. So whatever like hit hard, it hit me too. And like your tears came right out my eyeballs, sister. So I think there's a lot of love in this message for you. And I want to double back to what it said at the very end, where before I started crying like a crazy lady. Your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others, right? So if we talk about that love energy and the desire for children, the timing for children is in harmony with the love of you and your husband. And so you can release that fear and know that the healing that's happening and flowing through your body is going to prepare you for that. And so everything is in harmony with the great big creative intent of the supreme creative life force of love. You want to create a baby out of pure positive love, and that's what's going to happen when you can stay in alignment with that place. Okay, so here I was thinking the creative energy was about your career, and instead it's the creative energy of birth and childhood, which is a whole different creative force. And there may be something tied in there. Because your career may shift in such a way to support that aspect of your life. And so I'm going to just encourage you to keep your eyes and your ears open and to follow the little breadcrumbs on this spiral trail as your energy heals and your vibration begins to elevate. New stuff is going to start to arrive to support all of your dreams and desires. So I'm hearing you are well loved, you are well supported, and do not give up on your dreams because you just haven't arrived on that part of the path yet. But it's coming and it's right around the corner, sister. So hang in there and know that I love you and the universe loves you and everyone who watched today or whenever you got a chance to watch it. And lastly, yeah, if you have questions or comments, shout them out here. If you want your own customized reading and healing session, same thing, you can comment or you can direct message me as well. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I will definitely be back next Monday at 12:30 Pacific time for another Monday Messages. And what else? I love you right back, Paris. And the last thing that I'm hearing is, hey, also head over to Instagram. I'm lightworker_Kathy over there. I've been dropping down some guided clairaudient messages that I've been hearing over there. So if you like hearing these messages and you want to read some of them, Instagram's the place. All right, you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Love you. Namaste.